They put Geronimo in jail down south, where he couldn't loot the gift horse in the mouth. Sergeant, Sergeant, don't you feel there's something wrong with your automobile? Governor, Governor, now isn't it strange? They didn't have no cars on the Indian range. Warden, Warden, listen to me. Be brave and set Geronimo free. Whoa, boys, take me back. I want to ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Whoa, boys, take me back. I want to ride in Geronimo's Cadillac. Whoa, boys, take me back.
Hello, I'm Tylynn Prado.
And I'm Michael Blake.
We're here on behalf of the National Indian Council on Aging to show you the truth about an American legacy that's being lost. The legacy of America's Indian elders.
More than 800 treaties have been broken by the U.S. government, even though treaties are recognized internationally as enforceable law. These broken promises have devastated Indian communities, left them with economic, health, and social problems that are overwhelming.
Hardest hit are American Indian and Alaska Native elderly. These seniors who live behind a remote reservation curtain often lack adequate nutrition, transportation, and the basic social services that most Americans take for granted.
Since 1980, American Indian elders have been served by the Older Americans Act, which was first begun under President Johnson in 1965. This legislation helps to make growing old a rewarding experience for many of our nation's seniors.
However, Indian elders enjoy few of the Act's benefits under the section dedicated to them called Title VI. Ironically, this same section refers to these elders as a valuable national resource.
Despite the third world conditions of many reservations, these elders remain important role models for all of us.
We need to start respecting the legacy the elders have given us before it's lost forever. And we need to make drastic changes in the legacy we're leaving for future generations of Indian elders. The National Indian Council on Aging, NICOA, is dedicated to improving the lives of American Indian and Alaska Native elders through their tribes, the National Aging Network, and through federal laws like the Older Americans Act. Since it was formed in 1976, NICOA continues to be the foremost national voice of Indian elders. In contrast to Indian country's Title VI, Title III of the Older Americans Act serves most of America's seniors. Under Title III, federal funds are often matched by city, county, and state monies. The resulting programs are provided at first-class facilities by well-trained and well-funded providers. Unlike Title VI, Title III programs provide a wide range of services, from congregate meals to transportation, legal advice, information referral, and a variety of home care services. Funds are provided for many activities, such as computer and photography classes, and even field trips.
The recent trips we went on was to the San Felipe Indian dances. That was very colorful, very informative. The people there were just absolutely just fantastic. They were just really, really super people to our little group that went out.
This is a wonderful thing. This cooks meat in no time at all. Wonderful thing, and soft and really to the point. This is a wonderful thing. Every kitchen should have that. Our kitchen is first class.
Indian country's Title VI is expected to provide services that are comparable to those of Title III. Operating with barely half the funding they need, Title VI programs hardly manage to survive. let alone provide services above and beyond congregate meals.
I'm making Salvation Army soup. It's vegetables and potatoes and macaroni soup. I'm doing volunteer work because there is no regular cook here. I'll be here a month tomorrow. I'm an elderly myself, so I usually come in and eat here, you know. And then one day in here there was no cooks, I just started in and been cooking since. I felt like I shouldn't just stand by because there's food to cook for the elderlies, and the elderlies look forward to it, especially last part of the month. So. All right. And you? Towards the end of the month, they run out of food. It's been happening all along, practically every month they run out of food. So they cook, you know, whoever wants to donate, you know, the staff or whoever wants to donate. Or even the elders themselves, they donate. When I don't come in, nobody cooks.
It's a mystery to we Indians that Congress or the administration continually is able to find monies to provide to these other nations in the international community, but yet is unable to find those same resources to provide assistance to Indian tribes within its own backyard.
At the mouth of the Teton River, this 5th day of July, 1825, a treaty with the Sioux Indians. The United States agrees to receive the Sioux into their friendship and under their protection, and to extend to them from time to time such benefits and acts of kindness as may be convenient and seem just and proper to the President of the United States.
We gave up much. Our people gave up much. And the responsibility extends from the youth through the senior citizens. And I would imagine that the senior citizens are the most neglected group of people as far as the federal trust responsibility is concerned. We must correct that. It's important that we provide programs to them, such as the Title VI program that's offered through the federal government. We're very underfunded in that program. It's important that additional funds be provided so that our elders can benefit from it. The need for housing, for transportation, for nutrition, for simply getting together and enjoying one another, it is needed immediately. It's needed now. There's no time to wait.
Southern Arizona's Tohono O'odham Nation covers almost 3 million acres, sprawling across the edge of the Sonora Desert. It is one of the largest reservations, almost equal in size to the state of Connecticut. Tribal enrollment records show more than 1,250 elders on this reservation. Because the Title VI program can only afford a limited staff, 2/3 of the elders, 850 of them, are completely unserved by the Older Americans Act. The staff consists of Daniel the driver, Priscilla the cook, and Andy, the part-time assistant cook. With their meager funding, it is only possible to serve 1 meal per week at each of the 4 meal sites. On Thursdays, the staff goes to Pesenema, driving more than 130 miles round trip.
here it's very hard on the staff and makes it hard on the elderly to be driven that distance just to eat that one meal. But I feel that they appreciate it because it gives them that one-time chance to get out and see the other people and visit with each other and catch up on the news.
Most of the elders can't read or write, so the staff volunteers when they can, helping to write legal documents, forms, and letters. In contrast, Title III does not need to burden its meal staff because it has funding specifically for these services. Pisanimo is a typical Title VI site, operating with decreasing levels of funding since it began in 1981. Total federal appropriations have increased, but 40 new programs such as this have been added since 1980. The result is fewer meals and services for each elder. A small percentage of tribes, like the Tohono O'odham Nation, can supplement federal funding with their own dollars. But it's still not enough. It's not even close to being enough. After the elders have been served, the driver delivers meals to homebound elders who can't make it to the center.
We deliver the homebound meals to them because we got no handicap van. That's why.
The weather can often be extreme on the reservation. Here, in the Arizona desert, temperatures can reach 117 degrees in the summer. Many elders live without transportation, air conditioning, and sometimes even without refrigeration. Many do not have electricity. Having even one meal delivered to their homes each week makes their lives a little easier. Although this center is invaluable to the elders for their one communal meal a week, they still don't have a building to call their own. This is a community building which the program borrows. It is seriously in need of repair. The restrooms are outhouses, and only one is in working condition. Because of a gas leak, none of the 3 stoves at Pisanimo are in operation. There is no hot water, and there is no heater.
Fort Sumner, New Mexico, on the first day of June, 1868, between the United States and the Navajo Nation. In consideration of the advantages and benefits conferred by this treaty, and the many pledges of friendship by the United States, the tribes who are parties to this agreement hereby stipulate that they will relinquish all right to occupy any territory outside their reservation as herein defined.
I think that the general public, especially the federal government, should look upon the Indian people or listen to the Indian people and act. They've been listening to Indian people for a long time, but they haven't done anything really. Never called us. Never. But there's so much needed on the reservation because of the lack of industries, and their income is below the American standard, way below.
Well, I think they've done so much for us, for all of us, that they deserve the same kind of treatment that they've given to us. We should give back to them. We need to provide them with a healthy environment for aging, and we're all going to be there one of these days. But that means decent housing, it means a safe environment, it means a water supply, sewage disposal, it means a non-polluted environment, it means access to appropriate medical services, it means that access to an adequate, appropriate diet, it means opportunities to participate in their community actively, to remain active and to be as healthy as they can be. And it means if they need services, those services should be available because they deserve them, and they should have nothing less than that.
One of the things that I think is a national shame is the level of funding for programs for elders. And I don't know why this is not, never been adequately addressed, but the amount of money our tribe, we're the second largest tribe in the country, gets for Title VI and for other programs for elders is a shame. And I think that if we were able to talk about that and get some attention drawn to that, the administration and the Congress would be embarrassed.
Native American elders are in many respects perhaps the most vulnerable of our older Americans. They are a population that is especially at risk of poor diet, poor nutrition. They tend to have the lowest incomes, the lowest levels of education. They are a group that's susceptible to isolation.
Besides meals, Title VI is supposed to provide a support service called chore maintenance, which ideally would make life a little easier for rural elders. One of the things chore maintenance can include is house repairs. A 1986 NICOA study revealed that nearly half of Indian elder homes had areas with no floor covering. 42% had broken windows, and 35% had broken doors.
This is where the water falls. Right there. It's dripping all over right there. When it rains and in the morning I come in there and it's water all over the floor. I have to get buckets and get the mop and pour it out. We need water, the rain, to water our plants. But we don't like it to leak our roofs. It's gonna rain. That's sure.
The relationship and their perceptions of the relationship of each one of us to each other and to the earth is, a very fundamental notion about how we should live in this world and how we should behave while we're living in this world. So I see them as really as a absolutely invaluable resource for all the rest of, not only for the Indian nations, but for the United States as well.
One cup or mama tapo e tukio or tuati ka tu mas pata spik uama joi kam sata chikumu e o chapo ka wo ka wo from yo de do buta to be ka como to ka po mama te ka po e ko tua ka tu e.
She has that out there. That's the only restroom she has. She says they say things, but they don't carry through with it, I guess. She said that sometimes when her son is gone for a long time, she runs out of chop the wood. She has to do it herself. And now she gets tired easily because of her legs, so she has to sit down and chop a few and sit down. And yet she remembers back when she was a young lady, she used to just go out with a wagon, horse-drawn wagon, and go chop her own load of wood.
The national government, they don't come out here to observe all these. They just sit back there and say, well, they're getting along, we'll just give them this much so they can make through another year. And we barely go through another year. It's a shoestring operation for us out here.
The promise of Title VI in many respects to be a way to provide a whole array of services to Indian elders is not possible given the current resources that are in this program, because it's one small pot of money that is intended to kind of do all, and it can't possibly do that, despite the heroic efforts of the people who administer these programs across the country.
The elderly on the Navajo is such that they store in their experience and the diversity of life that they went through all these years a tremendous amount of wealth. Their tradition, the stories, things that have happened in the past, the history, those are all stored within the elderly people on our land.
Traditional people, Navajo elders, every morning they greet dawn, they greet sun, they greet morning deities, and they greet them through prayer. They talk about Sa'anagai, and the interpretation literally is talking about old age. So when they're praying, they're talking about bless me with a good life, bless me with a healthy life, so that I can reach old age. So it kind of makes you think, you know, what am I really doing that my elders are going to benefit from?
They're really what holds us together. They have our history in their minds and in their hearts, and we have to use that wisdom to help us today. We get too much in a hurry, and we want to rush around and do all these things and get all wrapped up in technology and the information superhighway and all that sort of thing. And we need to, and all that's important to us, I think, as tribal people, but it's also important for us to be just a call to task by tribal elders who say, look, you're going too fast, remember these values, pay attention to your history, your heritage, your culture, and sort of keep the faith.
Today I'm 83 going on 84. I never dreamed that I would live to be this age. So I think the Great Spirit is good to me, you know, to help me with my good health and my well-being. And I'm still on the go, of course. I'm partially blind, but as long as I can get around, I still go.
There's a lot of things for us to do out there to help each other. And I think we could get a lot of help if we called somebody to come. Somebody will come. So I don't think we need to be lonely at our age. I don't have a dull moment. I'm gone all the time. So I think other people could get out too, and they wouldn't be so lonely. They just have to feel out there. We look for trouble every day and we find it.
I think that's why senior centers are needed on the reservation, where the elderly can gather. They get acquainted. They learn from one another by, you know, bringing little things that they can do and teach the other, you know, something to keep them going, keep them occupied, interested enough so that they'll want to come every day instead of sitting at home, just worrying their life away. If I was to stay home all day long and worry about everything, I think I'd go down the drain in a hurry.
That's why I say, let's come together, let's be real, let's help one another. Until there is such time we could say we can't, but there's no such a word as can't.
As a chief of Oglala Sioux tribe, I'll do anything to help my people. Any way. It's a good way, I will. It's a bad, I always do a lot of research on that and then find out what's going on. But this one here, it happened. People are complaining. So I hope you could help these elder people. And that's all I have to say. And thank you very much. And I hope I'll visit you again someday again. Pilamaya.
It's getting cold, isn't it?
Wana lila osni. Henala. I said it's getting cold, so that's it.
January 1st, 1850. Let it be understood. The Indians inquired what they would do to sustain life, if so restricted and confined. I replied to them, the government of the United States had ever been just and humane, and if they behaved well, would take care of them. James S. Calhoun, Indian Agent, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
They put Geronimo in jail down south where he couldn't loot the gift or send them out. Sergeant, Sergeant, don't you feel there's something wrong with your automobile? Governor, Governor, now isn't it strange? They didn't have no cars on the Indian range. Warden, Warden, listen to me. Be brave and set Geronimo free.